Hey guys, it's Everything Cards, and today I've got a deck review on the Black Fontaine deck. Okay, this is a deck in a series of the Fontaines. There was the red and blue originally that were started on Kickstarter, and those were a lot more limited, so I didn't get my hands on them. And now there's a pink one out, but I did finally break down and buy the black one. This was a run of 15,000, so it was a lot easier to get my hands on. And I'm really excited about this deck. This was another request by a subscriber, and so let's just jump right in. If you guys didn't know, which I'm pretty sure most of you do, but this deck was produced by Zach Mueller, who is basically the most successful and popular YouTube magician, cardist, entrepreneur guy out there on YouTube, okay? He is just very successful and very talented. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Zach Mueller. And this deck actually holds kind of a special place in my Magic and YouTube career because Zach Mueller was one of the first and most had the biggest effect on me of any magician out there. I remember still the first video of his that I watched and how blown away that I was after seeing it and how inspired I was to not only get better in cardistry and magic but also to start my own YouTube channel. So he was one of the guys that first got me into that, and for that reason this deck already has major points for me. I'm going to talk about the main two different kind of perspectives on this deck. A lot of people are going to say that it's kind of a ripoff because it's so simple and he just slapped a really simple back design on a bicycle deck and was able to sell it. And while I think that's totally true, I also think that's one of the cool parts about this deck. Zach Mueller connects so well with his audience and grew such a faithful base of subscribers that he could have made any deck and it would have sold so successfully. And I think that's really cool. I think it's amazing that he was able to start from just a small kid to be able to produce his own deck with 15,000 in a run. And how successful that was, I just think that's amazing. And a lot of people might be mad about that, but really he's the one that got down and did it. I think that's totally awesome. I think that's just really cool. So that's kind of my opinion. I know a lot of you don't really like it because you think it's just the name that sells this deck, but really I think this has a lot of positives as well as a deck of cards. So let's take a look at it. These are the extra cards you get. You get 2 jokers, and they're very simple. They go along with the rest of the deck very well, just simplicity. You get a blank card, which is nice, and you get an add card. And I should say, he designed the box to work with one of his original effects, having half the back design showing, which I think is pretty cool. So if you want to go check that out, I'm pretty sure most of you have seen it. It's a pretty popular effect, but it's pretty cool. This is the back design. As you can see, has very thin borders, which I think is really good. And I think the back design actually looks really nice. People are complaining that it's too simple, but I think the simple things in life are oftentimes the most important. So I really like this back design. And I think black looks the best on this deck. This is the Ace of Spades. I think it goes along with the rest of the deck very well. And the rest of the faces are simple. And a lot of people get mad at that too, that they're so normal. But I think that if Zach Mueller really wanted to customize the faces, I think he would have. I think it was purposeful that he left them standard because it goes along with the rest of the deck very well. Alright, so the handling, there's really not much to talk about. When people say this is just a bicycle deck with a different look, that's true. It just has a normal air cushion finish and is printed by the United States Playing Card Company, so it's going to handle the way you're used to. It spreads really well. It's got a nice stock. It's going to last you a long time. And I think that it's just a really cool overall deck. Having something that is produced by someone that you saw from the beginning, I think that is really cool. This deck definitely means a lot to me, and I love having it in my collection for that reason. Yeah, that's basically my opinion on this deck. A very, very simple back design, great handling, and a really cool story behind it. So yeah, that's the Black Fontaine deck. I know it sounded like I just kind of complimented Zach Mueller the entire time, but that's my defense for this deck. I really enjoy this deck, and I think Zach Mueller is one of the most successful magicians out there. Yeah, say what you will, but that's my take. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.